All right, hello, ladies and gents. We have another unboxing today. My name is Jason Paul, and I am going to unbox this shipment from Iron Studios, shipped by FedEx. Now, already, I like to review the packaging. You see, this was nicely packaged, taped up on the bottom with this tape that's easy to open. This is my favorite tape because it's durable, somewhat. But it's also fairly easy to open when you get the package. It's not sticking everywhere. It has these lines in the tape that holds it together if the paper does indeed crack. But ultimately, this is why I like this tape. Simply cut down the middle of the tape, like so. And be careful, you don't want to go all the way through. That's why I use the scissors, because I can just hold it like that and use the tip. You obviously can use a box cutter. A box cutter might be easier, because you can just stick out the edge and it's not going to go through because the box cutter is keeping the blade from going any deeper. And then you just simply pull and it pops open just like that. Boom. And I'm sorry, I have to apologize. I said this was shipped by. Shipped by FedEx. It's got UPS stuff in here. But this was definitely sent by FedEx. Yeah, FedEx. With UPS stuff on the back. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, and as we look inside, we see they have some bubble wrap in there to kind of protect the top. But this is a package of 5 different figures. Looks like they magically fit in there perfectly. This is great. There's no protection between the figures though, so you would hope that this doesn't shift around, and it doesn't. As I shake the box out in here, and he's shaking around. But luckily, there's no damage to the sides of the box. Good job, FedEx. They actually had this box for several days. The first day they tried to deliver it, somehow the guy, I don't know what happened. He said he came, but he didn't let me know. So maybe he rang the bell or didn't ring the bell or didn't know which bell to ring or something. I don't know. But anyhow, what's interesting is as you look at them, you can immediately see which one's bigger. So this is the Tygra. So I bought the set of Thundercats from Iron Studios, their Minico line. So we have Panthro, Tygra, Lionel, Cheetara, and Snarf. Would have been cool if the Panthro was face up so you can see that. And then we have Infinity Saga Hulk. Okay, so I think I'm going to begin with the Infinity Saga Hulk because he's the biggest one. And this bubble wrap goes all the way to the back, so they line the whole box with it. I guess with the idea that if the box got wet, the bubble wrap would protect it, which is good. So this is the Infinity Saga Hulk for Minico. This is a pretty large figure. Just get my measuring tape. Had to get the big measuring tape because I couldn't find a little one. So if I'm measuring this, something just fell off. So this is about, the box is just a little over 10 inches. Looks like 10 1/4 inches, right? So the figure, as I said, is about 9 inches. Now again, you know, with figures like this, I don't usually like to take out of the box because I like to keep them in mint condition. But on the back, we have some artwork of the figure. We have down here the Hulk versus the Hulkbuster. I don't recall a Hulkbuster in the Infinity, so I'm confused why they would have the Infinity Saga and then the Hulkbuster. Was that a part of the movie? I don't recall. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I fell asleep. That's funny, right? But what's cool is we have Hulk jumping off of a structure here. It's like a piece of the street. He's landed. He's jumped from above, landed on the street. It broke, and he's rebounding up. I like the texture on the side of his pants. It kind of reminds me of the texture that we saw on Juggernaut's costume, or even I think Magneto's costume also. They kind of had that like texture where it's sort of what do you call it? It has sort of a like a rough texture, as if there's a pattern to the pant. It's not just a flat pant, but you get a little texture to it. Even here, you can see the texture. What's cool is a nice little hair pattern on his chest. So Hulk, even though he has sort of this youthful look on his face, he's got the big hairy chest, right? The big manly chest. I don't know Hulk is usually hairy in any of the TV shows and movies I've seen. So that's a very interesting choice by Iron Studios to add hair on the chest like that. It does add a nice little shadow, especially when you add the shadowing on the chest, the stomach, the abs right there. I'm not sure why they did that again. He's mean and green. It's also an interesting choice of green that they made. Because it's sort of a pea green. There's also some, like a seam at the corner right here in the armpit. Looks kind of weird. Maybe that's where they put it together. I wish they had kind of hid that better. I think they could have did a little better than that. As I said, statues I've had. And then he's got some green veins running about. I'll hold it up close so you can see. I didn't notice that before. But you don't see it in the picture, so I just think they could have smoothed that out a little better. Can you guys see the seam in the armpit? Right there? Right, so that is kind of weird for me, you know. It's like, are his arms going to attach off? It kind of makes his arms look a little bionic, in a sense. But again, you don't see that really in the picture, so they could have did a little better with that. You also don't see that hairy texture in the picture. I don't see that in any of the pictures. Right here, it's not hairy. There's no reddishness here. So that's a really interesting choice. Also, his pants are different. You know, he's just got the solid purple pants in the pictures. But then when we come to the actual figure, it looks like he's got on some bionic yoga pants, right? So this is Yoga Pant Hulk, if I had to name it. Not an Infinity Saga Hulk, but this is Yoga Pant Hulk, okay? So, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the pants. They could have did a little, I don't know. I think I would prefer just a solid, you know, ripped jean, purple pants sort of thing. Not sure why they, and I think in reality it's supposed to be like a blue jean or something. But no, these literally look like he's wearing yoga pants. So anyway, we're just going to put him aside. We're going to put him out of the way. We're going to put him out of his misery. We're going to put him back down here. That's what we'll do. Next we'll start off with the leader of the Thundercats. We have Lionel. And, you know, Lionel is the leader of the Thundercats. He's sort of, aside from Wily Kid and Wily Cat, he's sort of the youngest of them. right? Remember when they landed on Third Earth that he was sort of a baby and they were all older than he was when they found him, when they landed rather. So this kind of looks like Lino when he first came out of that containment unit. Remember, he had that very young look, that big head that he hadn't quite grown into. So this is an interesting choice to have him like this. Again, you have the artwork on the back of the box, nice artwork on the side where we get a close-up of that face. And then we have artwork on the top, which we already saw. Now, I think if I were to display it, right, I would take it out of the box, maybe sit it on top with the artwork here showing, or yeah, sit it on top of this showing, so you get the artwork and you get the figure on top. I think that'd be a cool way to display it. You'll probably need about, I believe the figure's about 6 inches, right? So this box is measuring 8.5 inches, so you need a good about 15 inches if you were going to do that. Otherwise, given the size of the figure, it's only about 6 inches, not even that, I believe. Does it say on the back of the box what the size is? Not sure, but on the website, I think it's a little under 6 inches, so you would be able to display it. Now, what's cool about this, he does come with the sword on the side there. The sword is wrapped in plastic. There's also a stand, I guess. No, I think he would be holding the sword. But he's standing on a rock. And I guess the sword is inside the plastic. So you could, if you wanted to be a nerd like me, if you would take it out of the box, keep it in the plastic will probably stand up. And you can have sort of the sword floating in the air like that. But again, I like the mint condition. You know, he's inside the box. He won't get any dust on him or anything like that. And he's well protected. All right, so that is the Line Minico. Next we're going to go to who I think would be the junior leader of the group, Panthro. Right? Panthro, if I remember, he's sort of the mechanic of the group. He may be the oldest, I don't know. He kind of comes off as the oldest because he doesn't have any hair. But, you know, again, same thing with Panthro and then the other Thundercats. I like this shiny, glossy look to the box. It's really cool. They really put some effort into that. Put some effort into the artwork so you get a nice image of Panthro with the Minico and the Thundercats classic symbol. And then you have Panthro, and the chain doesn't move. It's solid. It's a solid chain, right? So it's not shaking or anything. You can see it's hanging right there. Inside, he is standing inside a plastic containment unit that's sort of protecting him from moving around. He sort of has a base where it's his feet standing on a rocky type formation. But again, really simple. I wouldn't say there's anything spectacular about it. I mean, besides the fact that it's just representing a really cool figure. If you're a fan of the Thundercats like I am, you know, this is a really cool set to have. It's very easy to get, fairly cheap. You know, the figures are going for about $30 each right now, but if you can get your hands on it for a cheaper price, if you can get them locally, you're in luck because the shipping on this is really exorbitant. You know, the price I paid, the shipping costs about the same, so I ended up paying what I would have paid if I just bought this in a local retail store for each figure. So that is the Panthro figure. Next we have I feel like I should save this one for last, but I won't. I'm going to save my favorite one for last. Take this stuff out of the shop. We have Cheetara and Smart. Now, Cheetara is the speedster of the group. She's also very, well, they're all athletic, nimble, agile. She's sort of, but she's a speedster and a pole vaulter. I always think of like different sports for this group, right? I think Panthro would sort of be the shot putter, right? If we were doing like track and field, or if we were doing Olympics, right? Panthro would be the martial artist. Cheetara would be running the races. Lionel, I think, would probably be swimming or some kind of swordsmanship, maybe fencing. Right? Do they have Olympic fencing? And we got Snarf on the side there. Right now, his feet look kind of weird to me. Same artwork on the back, then on the side. It's really cute how they got that angle on Cheetara and Snarf. Even though it's not that way in the figure. Maybe that's how you would arrange it. Nope, that's not how you arrange it. Because they look like this on the actual figure. But this picture here, that's really cool how they did that. It would have been nice if the actual figure was like that as well. Because I kind of like, yeah, they're sort of looking up, very angelic, very sweet look, which is different from the angry look on Panthro's face and Lionel's face. I mean, Lionel looks like, you know, he's very sad, like, you know, someone took his bowl of cornflakes from him. And Panthro looks like he's angry about what you did to his brother. He's going to come rough you up. But then here comes Cheetara. It's very different look on her face, right? She looks very mild-mannered, very subdued. Snarf is smiling, right? Even in the figure itself, Cheetara has that very sweet look on her face. Now, the artwork on this is a little weird. Her nose looks weird. Doesn't quite have that same look or angle as it does in the picture. That's really strange. So yeah, I mean, aside from Cheetara being a very rare figure, I think, because I have a couple of Lionel figures. As you can see here, I have a Lionel figure up here from Bandai. Right, and I have another large Lionel figure. Oh, where's the other large Lionel figure? I also have this other large Lionel Thundercats Lionel figure. This is from, what company is that from? Mega Scale Action Figure. I like this because the texture on the arms and the legs looks a little furry. His hair looks amazing. And this is from a company that doesn't, Mexico Toys. MexicoToys.com. Now what's interesting is I looked up their catalog of stuff, really pricey, but I got this box at a really good deal. So wherever I got this from, I need to find that store again because Mexico Toys, the price I paid, it was way below that. But yeah, this Cheetara, trying to see from this angle, your Snarf could be better. I don't like to see him in his face. So a little disappointed about how this came out. It doesn't quite look like the images on the box at all. Yeah, that looks kind of cheaply done. I don't know, I'm a little disappointed, Iron Studios, Minico. I don't think I'd be ordering from Minico again. Because that is, yeah, that's not what I expected. Yeah, her face looks uneven. Whoever made this, her face looks very weird. I'm even tempted to send this back because I think they made a mistake with this. Yeah, her face is uneven. Is that supposed to be like that? She doesn't have that. See, she has a nice, round, but even face. It comes to a point here. This here, her face. Yeah, this is not even well balanced on her body. And the paint job, she's got a little blemish on her front. We can see it's been scratched. Also on her leg. But the Snarf looks, oh my god, yeah, I'm really surprised at this. Oh boy. So yeah, that could have been a lot better, I think, for what they cost. It's probably why they were on sale. But yeah, was it worth it? I don't think so. Then last but not least, we have Tygra, who I also have another figure of. I was able to find Tygra from Bandai. It's really cool because he comes with nunchucks. He also comes, looks like with a sword or something. No, he comes with a long version of the nunchucks also. So he has the small nunchucks, he has the long one. The whip. He has a small whip, the retracted whip, the extended whip, and he has an extra hand. In case you just want him to have a regular hand, right? But that's, and the paint job on these things are really good. I like the smoothness of the figure. I like the coloring. Whoever did the coloring for that, they need to work with this company and help them out. Whoever did the coloring on this, I'm telling you, they could have did a better job. Yeah, and on that Cheetara, because Panthro, as you see, his face looks even, right? Very well done, nicely formed head. Lionel has a nicely formed head. Cheetara, they just, like her face, can you see it in the picture? You can't even see it in the picture. I'm sorry, let me move it over. Cheetara's face sort of looks uneven, right? Can you see that there? Anyhow. Then we have my favorite, Tygra. Again, same artwork on the sides. He sort of has an angry look, but sort of different. Like he's sort of worried, almost frustrated. Like he's got to go to the bathroom and hasn't been able to go in a while. That's him from the side. He's holding his trademark whip in his hand. And they have the whip sort of going around his head to the other side. It's sort of interesting. He's standing on a rock formation again. Really simple. Yep, that's it. Really simple. What can I say? Really nice figure if you're a fan of the Thundercats. Again, it's cool to have a whole set. If you're a fan of the Thundercats, that is the one good thing about this, is that you would have all of the Thundercats all together represented on your shelf. The downside, as I said, though, is that Cheetara did not come out too good. So she could have been a little better in the sculpting of her face. Her portrait is a little off. And then Snarf's face, you can see the seam in his, did I show you guys the seam in his face and his head? You can sort of, you look right there at his face, right where the beard is, on the left side, you can see like there's sort of a seam right there. And again, you can see how her face, not sure how it comes off in the image. Let me know if it looks different to you, but her face looks a little like she's got the mumps or something. It's a little leaned to the left side of her face. It looks a little plump, a little off. Her head's also smaller than the other Thundercats too. She's got all that hair, maybe that's why. But that is it. That is our unveiling of the Minico, Thundercats, and the Hulk. Thank you for watching.